Hey everyone, so Andrew and I have noticed something when people are deadlifting. Often, some people have a little bit of kyphosis, some more than others. In fact, some of the best lifters in the world have kyphosis, or rounding of the thoracics, when they lift. Andrew is here to explain the biomechanics and physiology of this concept.
Yeah, it's really interesting that we can obviously see some of the greatest lifters in all time appear to have flexion of the spine. Now, the big difference is we're not talking flexion of the lumbar spine greatly, we're talking more about what the thoracic spine looks like. Now, there's a good reason for this, and the good reason for this is as the weight gets quite strong, we're really having to recruit more of our thoracic extensors. Now, if you remember some previous videos I've done about the length to tension relationship of muscles, now we don't put things greatly on stretch sometimes, and we don't put things greatly on contracted positions, but we look for a mid position. Now, when some people, as the weight gets heavier, they start to flex their thoracic spines a bit more, what we're going to find is they're probably looking for a mid position in the muscle. Unknowingly, this is what they're doing. So what we're finding is we're finding the mid position of the thoracic extensors, which do attach to your pelvis. Now, to get the weight up, of course, they start to flex a little bit more to find the perfect position, and at that position, then their pull is stronger. So Danny's going to do a bit of a demonstration of what it's like for what you will see with good lifters, sometimes who do have a bit of extra thoracic kyphosis. Yep, there we go. So Danny's going to demonstrate the thoracic style of a deadlift, where there's a bit of an increase in kyphosis. Some people will lift this way structurally, and that works for them. Other people, it's just an improvement. So come down to the bar there, Danny. Danny gets to the bar. Now, as she starts to take a couple 100 kilos here, you can see she starts to flex a bit more, and we start to stand up from there, Danny. Good. We'll do a couple of reps here. So Danny's imagining a couple 100 kilos on here. As she starts to take the slack out of the bar, she starts to flex a little bit in the thoracic spine. She's still driving her armpits down towards her pelvis. She's still pushing her knees out into her forearms, but she's getting more rounding through here. Now, that's going to recruit the perfect length tension relationship, perhaps in Danny. If her lumbar spine is not flexing through the movement, it's a flexion moment that's occurring here. She's not flexing while she's loaded, she's flexed before she loads and then takes it. Okay, well done, Danny. That looked good. Now, that was a demonstration of what you might see sometimes in some lifters as to why they will increase their kyphosis in the thoracic spine. Well, Danny, tell us all about that.
That felt really good, nice and strong actually, and it just goes to show that everyone is different. So as a good coach or allied health practitioner, we need to remember this. Look at each patient as an individual and find the movements that fit best for them.
Yeah, it's true that there is no true cookie cutter style of recipe that suits everybody in lifting. And we can understand perhaps why some people might flex more under a load and other people are better with a flat back position.
That's right. Yep, and that was evident there. So it's just a matter of practicing the skill, starting with light weight, get used to that movement, and then increasing from there.
Yeah, so good coaches, you'll work with your beginners to find the best position they have, but there is a biomechanical and there is a physiological reason for perhaps why a flexed thoracic spine is a better position for a lot of people to lift with if we're looking at moving some very heavy weights. It all depends upon the purpose that you're going to deadlift for in the first place. So if you're a professional lifter who's going towards world championship style work, your work is like a Formula One racer who's on the track. Now your general person who's coming in to deadlift, they're pretty much like your suburban drive to work in your little Kia or something like that, and you're going to be safe. You're going to keep your distance. Remember, top line lifters are like Formula One drivers. It's an edge performance with a lot of skill and high performance individuals. Wouldn't you say, Danny?
I felt like a Formula One driver there, Andrew.
Certainly, looked like it too. All right, hopefully that helps. There we go.